Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hopefully this will be quick, because I know some other people coming on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, Lord. Oh, shit. Hopefully this will be quick. Okay. That's me doubling myself. Can y'all hear me? Because I heard me. Hey, let me holler at y'all real quick so I can go and say what I got to say. All right, what up, 100? Valencia, my love. Wifey, what it do? Hey, Mom Life Love. Ooh, hey, Karen J. 1/3 of the KKK. Hey, Flawless. I ain't forgot about you, Flawless, baby. Hey, Nettie Blue. Nettie Boo, I'm sorry. Hey, Chanel Lewis. Hey, Missy. Hey, I am Queen. Who's that? Hey, Black. Who else we got up in here? Hey, go on. Well, Mom Life Love, Wiper Danny, who Bell, anybody else that's sneaking in. So listen, I've been in the bushes, ducked down, with glasses on, under assumed name. First of all, I ain't even asking, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Before I start acting like a damn fool. What up, Uniquely Made? Y'all can hear me? Oh, I'm getting there, baby. I'm getting there. it must have changed real quick since I done came back. I done double up. Y'all hear me? So listen here. I wasn't minding my own business, right? You know I do two sides. I'm in the middle. I can give a shit either way because I don't draw a paycheck from it. And no, it ain't nobody, my goddamn in-laws, whatever. It ain't Chris Brown and it ain't New Edition. So I don't know. I mean, I'm a humane person or whatever, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. So listen, remember when y'all was in here cutting the food and shit and wasn't listening when y'all should have been listening? Did y'all hear me say what the prosecution can say to make that jury instruction and that indictment sync up in their closing arguments in order to deliver it to the jury so they can find a verdict of guilty? Did anybody hear that? Remember when I said since she seemed to deny any changes to put that language in there that the prosecution wanted. I mean, because we don't know. Hopefully, Dr. will give us the updates from what the judge said yesterday and today, because we need that. Okay, I ain't got time to wait. All right, and that Dr. please give us the information. Well, anyway, Hollywood gave us some information. Remember what I said, that they were going to have to say that even though R. Kelly didn't directly tender the money to a government official, whatever, that he knew about it, that he was in on it, that he was aware of it. And bigger than that, I don't know if they said this, but bigger than that, he was on the other end of that motherfucking goddamn marriage. Then I say that. Well, guess what they said in the closing argument? Something like that. Pretty much close. Yeah. So that doesn't move. Since now when I'm pre-guessing on the shit they saying, I have to move those percentages up. And it's up and it's up and it's up. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the defense gonna do now. I don't know. They done tied it together. I don't know. They might as well cut that music off outside because I don't know what to tell them. How the defense, let me see, what can I come up with something for them to say? The defense, what can you say? The black Nancy Gracie can't say shit because I don't know nothing else. I think about it. I give me about 24 hours. I'll try to come up with it. But the black Nancy Gracie ain't got nothing. So my percentage when I left was 101. That's what I got down. The paper's still fresh. Percentage still inked on the pad. Now I got to tell you it was 101. Now it's 111. I didn't want to go past 115. It's 111 now. They done tied it up. And she said they spent time in there talking about a deal. When she said that, I said they are taking time to tie up that motherfucking goddamn that bribery, they tied it up. They tied it up. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh, you gave me 110. I was 111 now, baby. Add another one on it. They done tied it up. Ain't let me see if I can think of something real quick for the defense to come. Let me see. They gonna have to ask somebody else because I ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing. That New York thing, I finally got that to come on through, but should we even bother with it? Should we even bother? It done got bad. The only thing that can come on through now is the Lord thy God. Cause this is terrible. They done tied it up. Them girls ain't missing a beat in that courtroom. Cause listen, I should have known something. I should have known when they didn't go back and when they didn't put in. When they didn't keep arguing the fact after the lady said they allegedly denied it or whatever, unless that judge made it perfectly clear that she wasn't amending that jury charge. That's the article I tried to bring up earlier, honey. Unless that lady made it perfectly clear that she wasn't gonna change it, honey. And I was okay. Well, they ain't arguing, no more. So maybe they had something else. They done tied it up. They done tied it up. And on count one, act one, the bribery, that is the only place that I can see, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, because the defense tried to get not prove or prove on something else. But if I'm not mistaken, that's the only count that has whether it's proved or not proved. So, and I explained to you how that worked earlier. So, yeah, this is, I don't know, what can they come back with? What can the defense come back with? Hmm. Let me look at what I gave those when Dawn was here. Let me look at what I went down those categories. Okay, so that one not far away. Okay, so I already said they proved one. Two I wasn't sure of. Yeah, that's enough to get a long time. Yeah, that's enough to be in there a long time. This from the shit I said that they proved. I felt they proved. That's enough to get a long time. Was That's just on count one. And then the rest of them, I'm thinking, because the rest of them, it kind of repeats for the other James, right? And then Hollywood talking about some girl named Nyla testified or whatever. I don't know about no Nyla. Anybody remember Nyla? Shit. Girl, child. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. They tied it up. Just what I was telling you, that if they said that to the jury, that's probably going to get it. They got went right there. Now, listen here. I don't know them people on that case. Wait a minute. I don't know none of people, and they don't know me. So don't even go there with that bullshit. We just pretty good, We just pretty good with the shit we do. You know what I'm saying? We get it out the mud. I don't know them goddamn people. They already had it down. Shit, I'm not even the fourth quarter. Shit, I'm not even the halftime. I'm somewhere in the concession stand buying the hot dogs and the corn dogs and all that shit and bringing it back to the people. By the time I get there, I done missed the whole game. I'm just telling you how the shit go. That's all I know how it go. I can go down. And that Hollywood sat right up there and said that let them people say, well, just the fact that he knew about it and he was aware of it and blah blah blah, you could still charge him. Ain't that what I said on my last slide? What? I'm like, huh? Oh hell no! I was gonna say, wait a minute, maybe I don't know. Them people ain't listening to us. You can't possibly. The fuck they gonna listen to us for? They already got it. But if so, I'm gonna change this motherfucker to our channel by Kevin Terrell. Go look him up. Go get his ass. Get him in trouble. They're fucking with your case. But yeah, so I still want to know who lied. I mean, who gave inconsistent testimony under oath? That's what I want to do. Yes. So, well, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it like to me, somebody should have been in there listening, because this is the time you need to listen in those closing arguments. Doctor, please stay inside to take the closing arguments. I don't give a damn about no music and step to the left and step to the right. None of that shit matters. Doctor, I need you in there, girl. I depend on you, girl. I depend on you. Lord have mercy. Y'all can eat and make sandwiches and take shots and shit later. Shit. Damn. Boy, I can't get no good free help nowhere around here. Bunch of bullshit. It's probably a fake name or something. Probably a pseudonym or something like that. But yeah. They done tied that. Yeah, they done. Shit. Let me see. Okay. So depending on how they explain the Mann Act with regards to them herpes and all of that, yeah. And that thing, and Hollywood said that the prosecutor broke down that using his cell phone to record is interstate commerce. They done broke that down. So if you know they broke that down with the cell phone, they're gonna break down the Mann Act and the transportation, the coercion and enticement with regards to the STD. So I don't know what we're doing. Now I'm sure I'm gonna think of what the defense could say. Does anybody know what else the defense can say? Okay, they're gonna use mistake of. Well, hell, did they even use that during the? They're gonna use that in their closing arguments. The defense is gonna use mistake of fact in their closing arguments. They're gonna use that. You better say something upstairs ain't right. You better come on up with his reasoning and explain Ms. Rhea and intent. You better come on up with that defense. You better add that to it. You ain't already added it. Add that shit. What else? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shit, I don't know. I'm like that girl, the little emoji with the black girl with her hands up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Right, that's crazy. I'm like, I heard that. I was like, what? Oh, no. Yes. They better come. They better come on up with that so they could try to get a not guilty verdict. But if they even get one, then they could at least play to his mental or whatever and try to get some mitigating factors that would should play towards his sentencing or whatever. I hate to say that, but I mean, I know a lot of people, and I'm not trying to be offensive or whatever, but when you found guilty, they sentence you. So I don't know no other words to use to try to be polite. Okay, that's what happened. You found guilty, they sentence you. You found not guilty, they acquit you, and you walk. Well, most cases you walk the fuck on out, but not in this case. I'm just saying. I don't know what else to come up with. But I'm telling you, it's going down, baby. It's going down faster than the Titanic. I ain't know. I'm like, well, damn. I mean, could at least give it to me Friday? Stretch it out. This is crazy. Right, right. You better go on with you. You better tap all them goddamn defenses and throw them the kitchen sink. Throw them all at them. Boop. Hit, hit juror number 6 in the head with a defense. Boop. Hit juror number 1 in the head with a defense. Boop. Anything. Shit. Hell. Uh, I can't. I can't even understand what is going on. Let me take a. I'll look at this Times Union article just for shits and giggles. Then I'm gonna let y'all get on out of here, cause hold on. Well, maybe I can get something to extract something out this. Let me see. I didn't read it, so let me see. See if I can get something out of this. Okay. Oh yeah, and then I was looking at that octopus design, that exhibit that the prosecution put up. Notice, and I don't know if this was done before or after they testified, but you notice how they politely put some of them goddamn people that testify on that octopus, giving the jurors no goddamn doubt. All of them in it. That's what they trying to tell you. The prosecution trying to tell you. Everybody that's taking that stand in it. That's what they just about. That's what they're trying to tell you. They put their accountant on there. I was like, damn, that's cold. They put their accountant on that mug. They put Julius on there. They put and then according to Hollywood, on another exhibit, must be something different. They got Donnell Russell on there. Donnell. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, let me read this right now. Let me read this article so I can let y'all get on up out of here. It says live updates. Prosecutors make their case as R. Kelly trial nears its end. Mr. Kelly was once one of the biggest stars in pop music, but closing arguments at his criminal trial focused on a secretive circle of sexual abuse that enslaved Aaliyah and several others. As R. Kelly's trial near its end, prosecutors describe a secretive world. And I happen to like it when we get it right. So I'm gonna applaud that every time. I don't care what side. All right, it says R. Kelly manipulated not only the women and girls in his orbit, but his own employees as well for more than 2 decades. Prosecutors told jurors at the start of their closing arguments in Mr. Kelly's criminal trial in New York. So wait a minute. For his okay, so they did that. So I see why they put that in there. It says, but his own R. Kelly manipulated not only the women and girls in his orbit, but his own employees as well. Okay, so they could say, all right, so they could put in the juror's mind, don't blame it on the employees. Put it squarely on R. Kelly's shoulder, as he's the one on trial now, and not the employees and whoever else. Okay, gotcha. All right, prosecutors told jurors at the start of closing arguments in Ms. Kelly's trial in New York. For many years, what happened in the defendant's world stayed in the defendant's world. Elizabeth Geddes and AUSA said in her final arguments to jurors at the federal district court in Brooklyn, but no longer. The portrayal came at the end of a 5-week trial that featured nearly a dozen accusations of physical and sexual abuse of women and underage girls and boys. Miss Geddes homed in. Okay, another thing I thought about. I think they also add them the guys in there. Yeah, it just makes it look even worse. You know, homosexuality for even though they're not supposed to be looking at it like that, kind of looks not favorable, right? Because you think about it, if you said you're messing with young guys, that can cause a young guy to grow up and have doubts about his sexuality, and it could play a role on a little boy. And actually, in this society where homosexuality isn't um still isn't 100% or even 90% accepted, it could be it looks bad. I got you, Travis. Thank you for that. Okay, Miss Geddes homed in early in her summation on the vast circle of employees, entourage members, and managers who surrounded the singer across his career. She used a large blackboard with the photos of his accusers on one side, and Mr. Kelly on the other, with a network of associates surrounding him, showing jurors that they played critical roles in enabling his abuse and allowing it to persist. Okay, my percentage may go up. Over the past 2 decades, the names of the individuals have changed, but their roles have remained the same, Ms. Geddes said. And from the beginning, the defendant has been the leader. She also described a system of control that entrapped his accusers and blocked them from speaking out. Ooh. Ms. Geddes said that system included letters written by Mr. Kelly's accusers that she said were filled with lies, absorbing him absolving him of crimes. The letters were locked away because he intended to use them in the future, Miss Gaddis said. Yeah, my percentage will be going up. When women crossed him and opt to go public with their allegations, Miss Gaddis said, Mr. Kelly used his henchmen to lodge threats and exact revenge. Referencing a slideshow playing in the courtroom for jurors. She directed their attention to the transcript of an audio clip they had heard during the trial. In the snippet, Mr. Kelly warned any accuser who believed he had stolen from him, saying people get murdered for that behavior using an expletive. Yeah, my percentage will be going up. That was a threat, Miss Geddes said. The racketeering charge itself and the unusual nature of the case against Mr. Kelly once one of Pop's. Oh, I done got thrown off. You know, I get shit. My motherfucking goddamn levels done dropped. Reading that. Wait a minute. Once one of Pop's music. They ain't got nothing to do with no glasses right now. Oh, shit. I done got thrown off. I ain't on the screen, y'all. I done got thrown, baby. Wait a minute. Once one of the pop music's biggest stars have been a key target for his defense team. Whew, Miss Geddes painstakingly broke down the racketeering charge the singer faces for jurors. The law recognizes when someone commits a crime as part of a group, he's more powerful, more dangerous, she explained, later adding that without his inner circle, the defendant could not have carried out the crimes he carried out for as long as he did. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. That lady put the mm-mm, mm-mm. That lady done cook. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I can't even get it out. Mm-mm. That lady done put the boom, boom, boom in them motherfucking goddamn closing arguments. And that's just a little bit I done read. Oh, Ooh. Let me go on to what Travis done sent them. Ooh. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. Let me get that on the screen. I done got so nervous I done hit the wrong button. Let me get back on this front. Yeah, they done put the boom, boom, boom on there. Ooh, shit. Hold on, let me get this up. Ooh, did that lady say that? What? Well, what you said like that for, lady? Dang. Let me play this now.
Kelly declined to take the witness stand today as his attorneys wrapped up their defense in his sex trafficking trial in New York.
Yeah, after 6 weeks of testimony from more than 45 witnesses, Kelly's lawyers rested their case in just a day and a half, and closing arguments began just after lunchtime. Reporter Jim DeRogatis has been covering R. Kelly for more than 20 years now. He is joining us now to talk a little bit about today's developments in court. Hello to you.
Hello, both of you.
Okay, so let's.
Yeah, we've got into hyperdrive.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I want to start with the decision by R. Kelly not to testify in his own defense. Do we have any insight from his attorneys or any idea as to why that may have been, and perhaps any reaction during the trial from R. Kelly that you can talk about?
No, the attorneys for both sides have not been talking in the media very much at all about their strategies. One can't help but think that when Kelly went on and was flamboyantly acting out on with Gayle King on CBS, that would not have been an effective display on the stand. We don't know what could he have possibly said. With 45 witnesses and a pattern of behavior that the prosecution sketched out, lasting 30 years, it would have been very hard to defend himself.
The prosecution spent a month presenting their case. His team only took a couple of days. What did you hear from them, Jim, that stands out?
Well, the thing that's horrifying, and I think we're at a loss here, that there is no local media in Brooklyn at this trial. It was horrifying to hear a Chicago police officer who left the force after admitting guilt to forging checks talk about him giving security to R. Kelly and other Chicago police officers working as Kelly's security when they were off duty. The defense presented 5 witnesses, all men, all of whom said they never saw any of the behavior that we heard about at great length during the prosecution's 19 days of testimony. But there's a lot of people that are complicit here in either willfully not seeing this behavior or seeing it and never doing anything to aid the victims who stretch back to 1991.
It's so interesting. On the government side, we talked about these 45 witnesses that testified. It's hard to go through all of those, and there's so much to that testimony. If you could explain some of the ones that sort of you think will stand out to the jury, that the jury will really take into account.
Well, I think that all of those brave young men and women who told their stories, which were harrowing, I think it was the cumulative effort, Lourdes. I spoke to one of the top experts in the country for a piece I have in the New Yorker, went online today, about the racketeering laws. And I think what the government was trying to do is say that Kelly ran this enterprise for 30 years while selling an incredible 100 million albums and directing many different associates, aides, employees over those 30 years to essentially round up victims for him. And I don't think that it was any one witness who made a difference. I think it was witness after witness after witness, the cumulative effect, because, they span abusive incidents from 1996 until that day in 2019 when Kelly was arrested in front of his luxury apartment at Trump Tower, Chicago. It's the whole 30 years that's come home to roost.
And that's the major difference between this racketeering trial in New York and R. Kelly's trial that we had at the Cook County Courthouse here a bunch of years ago. That was one case, and this goes to a pattern of conduct.
One case limited by a judge, Judge Vincent Gaughn. This pattern was already well established and reported on by the Chicago Sun-Times since 2000, when Kelly was tried and acquitted in 2008. Chicago failed these many, many, many victims, 48 whose names I know, 22 mentioned in this federal trial. Chicago failed. The court systems failed. The press failed. The churches failed. The schools failed. I think that this tragedy is going to be one that's going to be examined by people for decades to come, and it has a lot to do with race.
All right, Jim DeRogatis, you've done such a wonderful job covering this case and this trial. We appreciate your time. We hope to have you again back soon.
Sure.
Okay, up next, you're on.
All right, people. See y'all later. Thank y'all for coming on by. But yeah, my percentage is about 113 now. 113. So thank you so much, Chanel. You don't have to do that, but thank you. Thank you all. Yeah, but you know what? And depending on what side you're on, I know you don't want to hear this, but a lot of people failed R. Kelly too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he did all this stuff, then a lot of people failed him as well. And this is crazy. This is really, really quite crazy. I don't know. But all right, y'all. Let me get out here. Thank you, y'all. Bye, y'all.